Long before kingdoms rose, the earth trembled with the power of two rival orders. The sorcerers, masters of arcane fire and storm, drew their strength from hidden temples of stone.
The shamans, bound to spirit and beast, drew their power from the living earth itself.
With storm and fire, the sorcerers bent the heavens to their will.
The shamans healed beast and man, their chants binding flesh to spirit.
But peace was fleeting, for power demanded dominion.
The sorcerers forged weapons of stone and flame to crush their rivals.
The shamans bound the spirits of beasts, calling them forth for battle. Fire itself answered their command, born into monstrous forms. But the shamans answered, their spirit legions rising from earth and sky. At last, the rivals faced each other, flame against spirit, will against earth. The heavens themselves split as the sorcerers called down fire. But the shamans called the bones of the earth to shield them.
From ash and molten stone, the sorcerers birthed terrors of flame. The shamans answered with beasts of spirit, giants born of the unseen.
Lightning rained from their hands, spears of storm and fury.
The shamans loosed the spirits of the herd to trample the storm.
Thus the first battle began, a storm of fire and spirit that shook the earth.
Elders called the skies to war, loosing raptors of radiant light.
But the sorcerer lord would not be undone. He called forth a dragon of flame. When the fury subsided, the land itself mourned, scarred by fire and spirit alike. The shamans turned to the fallen, binding wounds with the breath of the earth. The sorcerers, though wounded, fed their strength with fire and stone.
The elders wept, for each battle tore spirit from earth beyond return.
But the sorcerer lord vowed vengeance, forging new weapons of destruction. The shamans turned to their ancestors, seeking guidance in the darkness of war. Even the beasts wept, their homes torn apart by fire and fury. In shadowed caverns, new sorcery was written in blood and ash. The shamans honored their dead, binding them to the eternal cycle.
And so both sides prepared once more, for war had only just begun.
Under the red moon, both orders gathered once more, drawn to war by fate itself. The sorcerers tore the veins of the world, flooding battlefields with flame.
The shamans answered, binding flame with roots of the ancient forests.
The sorcerer lord cracked the sky itself, casting embers of ruin upon his foes.
But the elders united, shielding their kin beneath the spirit's embrace.
Yet no shield could endure forever against the fury of the dragon flame. The spirit surged forth, fearless, striking even at the beast of flame.
The battlefield burned as sorcery ripped through spirit and stone alike. But from the dust rose a serpent of earth and mist, called by the...
Thus dragon met serpent, fire against earth, the clash shaking the heavens. When fire met stone, the world itself was left broken and lifeless.
The shamans bore their dead in silence, guided only by spirit companions. The sorcerers sealed their dead in stone, branding their graves with fire eternal.
The rivers carried their sorrow, stained by endless sacrifice. From grief they forged fury, blades of fire sharpened for vengeance.
The shamans wove charms of spirit, talismans of protection against fire.
And so the war spilled into deserts, carried on the winds of wrath. The sorcerers twisted the sands into flame, scorching the desert alive.
But the shamans called the desert itself to rise, a beast born of sand and memory.
Thus the desert itself became their weapon, burning and shifting beneath their war.
The war climbed the mountains, where the breath of winter awaited.
The shamans too ascended, guided by the spirits of snow and silence. Fire fell upon frost, each element rebelling against the other.
The mountains answered the shaman's call, burying fire beneath endless white. Yet even the weight of mountains could not silence their fury.
Across the frozen sea, the shamans awakened the spirits of the deep.
From the abyss rose the frost whale.
The sorcerers unleashed fire serpents, their heat devouring the frozen sea.
But water answered fire, drowning flame in frozen tides.
And again, silence followed, both fire and spirit broken upon the ice. And so the war ascended, carried into the heavens themselves. The sorcerers birthed fire into wings, flaming birds that rose to claim the skies.
The shamans answered with thunder eagles, storm-born guardians of the skies.
Sky met sky, flame striking thunder in a storm of ruin. The sorcerers rode fire through storm, wielding the heavens as battlefield.
But the shamans wove the storm into serpents, guardians of the cloud paths.
And the heavens shook, torn by wheels of flame and coils of storm.
Then rose the sorcerer lord, casting his spear to burn the very skies. But the shaman high elder rose, the storm itself shielding the heavens from fire.
The heavens split asunder, raining ruin upon the world below. The war of sky and storm fell upon the world, burning earth and drowning rivers alike.
The sorcerers made flame flesh, a titan to end all resistance.
But the shamans raised the world tree guardian, rooted in the bones of earth.
Titan met titan, fire clashing root, a war of worlds made flesh. A Sorcerer Lord cast a sun of ruin, daring to burn the world itself.
The High Elder answered with the storm eternal, a vortex to swallow sun and flame. And when fire and storm became one, the world fell into silence.
The earth was broken, the skies dimmed, the seas wept in steam.
Those who remained saw no victory, only the weight of loss.
From ruin rose balance, not victory. Thus ended the war of fire and spirit,